I don't know about you, but I'd rather clean 10 toilets than clean the oven. And yes, it doesn't help that this is very overdue. My oven has been dropping these subtle hints that it needs a clean, such as smelling horrible, producing lots of smoke, and looking completely disgusting. Call it women's intuition, call it being an empath, but I thought, fine, maybe it's time to give it a deep clean. I wasn't going to bother taking the door off this time, but I do find that once I get started, I actually want to do things properly. So I lugged it all the way upstairs to clean it in the bath, and then all the racks are soaking in bicarb while I tackle the inside of the oven. Now you'll notice they're actually miraculously back in the oven for the next clip because I did this before I took them upstairs, but I felt like it flowed better putting the clip here. Anyway, I'm not actually using anything specifically designed for ovens for this clean, and that has nothing to do with the fact that when I finally decided I had the energy to clean the oven, I realized I had no oven cleaning products in the house. Just a coincidence. But also, I'm not a fan of a lot of oven cleaning products anyway because they are such harsh chemicals. I worry too much about getting them on my skin, and I always make such a mess cleaning the oven that it's a genuine concern. So I'm using Cif cream cleaner, Brillo pads, scrub mummies, elbow grease degreaser, and a lot of bicarbonate of soda. Soaking the racks in bicarb made all of that burnt on grease come off so easily, I actually couldn't believe it. I was in the zone leaning over the bar, scrubbing away while watching Drag Race. Look at the before and afters. Honestly, they're too good. One more. The bath, on the other hand, is not looking so fresh, so I pulled out all of the steel wool, gave it a quick scrub down with some Zoflora, and we're back to the misery that is the inside of the oven. Kitchen roll is just the easiest way to deal with this because I could use cloth, but the amount of time and energy that I would use soaking them, covering them in stain remover, washing them at a higher temperature, it's easier to just use a few pieces of kitchen roll and be done with it. And then keeping it easy, I just used a sponge and a bucket of water to get the remainder of the product out of there. Now, had you forgotten about this tray? Because I had. Could have easily gone in the bath with the racks, but we are where we are, so I gave this a bicarb soak as well. And this stuff is baked on. Just look at how easily it's coming off. I love using a completely natural product and it actually working better than the others. I brought out the barkeeper's friend as well to help with the tray itself. It's always weird at this point to remember that the tray is actually a completely different colour than you thought it was. Like, I thought it was black. Note to self, try not to leave this as long next time. But the thing is, I do just have better things to do, like sleeping and sitting on my arse. Anyway, if you can believe it, we're actually almost in the home stretch of this. Obviously, the sink now is a complete disaster, so I have to clean that quickly. But then the only thing left to do is to reassemble and admire my hard work. I did need Tom's help sorting out the hinges to get the oven door back on because of a fuck up at the beginning. I can explain that in more detail if that's useful for anyone. But let's just bask in the before and afters. This is what it's all about, ladies. Always take the time to be proud of yourself and appreciate your hard work. Ugh, we did it! Take care of yourselves and I'll see you next time.